Well, using art as a way of recovery from addiction has been Maurice Soulfighter Taylor's message through his Poetic recovery program. A recovering addict himself, Taylor created a safe drug and alcohol-free art space to allow people to express their creativity, discuss social issues, or just have an opportunity to perform. Connecting Point's Dave Fraser attended one of Taylor's open mic events recently and brings us this story.
On a Saturday night inside Make It Springfield, Maurice Soulfighter Taylor is getting ready for his open mic night. Taylor started hosting these events as a way of healing for himself and others. Taylor's young life was spent in and out of foster homes. He was a victim of sexual abuse, and he smoked marijuana. At 18, he found himself on the street.
One of my first memories of actually drinking or doing the drugs when I was a kid, I was probably like maybe 5 years old, 6 years old. There was in the first foster home I can remember, there was a New Year's party. And the first year they gave me some champagne. And the year after that, I remember how it made me feel. And I probably got too drunk the first time because it was like, nah, you can't have any, you know. And the next day I went downstairs and I seen all these glasses and stuff, and some of them had a little bit in it, and some crazy idea just came over me. It was like, take all those and pour it onto one glass. You know, I did that, man. That's where my addiction took off.
Taylor's young life of addiction would end up in jail and eventually in a recovery program. And that's when, he says, his life began to turn around.
You know, that whole time I just knew I didn't want to live like that, but nobody was listening. And the only thing that I had was like music, you know. At that point in time, rap music, there was a lot of positive rap music, there was the good messages and stuff like that. So, you know, I had that to hold on to. Cool G Rap, Rose to the Riches, you know, and you know, Carrots One, Public Enemy, and, you know, it was like nothing else. I had that to hold on to. Only thing about community, man.
Poetic Recovery is a project of Taylor's Community Against Hate program, which he started as a way to help educate artists about social and political issues in their community.
I realized that's not enough. People need a place to be heard and to perform. So about 2006, there was this eatery in Northampton. The only place that would allow me to do an event where there was rap music and stuff like that. I went to many places in Springfield, Holyoke, people wouldn't have it. And the first place I was able to start was out in Northampton. It was open to it. And so that's where Poetic Recovery began. I'm gonna do a poem for y'all.
Standing amongst the artwork, bicycles, and disco lights that fill the room at Make It Springfield, Taylor begins the night by asking the audience to give him random words. Words like serenity, joy, alive, and peace are woven into an improvised poem he called Self-Esteem.
My mom tried to keep me away from my dad because my dad was evil. But DSS kept bringing me back to him. I'm not even going to get into the abuse of the sexual molestation and so on and so forth, but my self-esteem was destroyed long ago.
Record and movie producer Stephen Stix Josie met Taylor at a previous event and liked what he saw, and now helps recruit talent for the open mic events.
And life is a recovery, and it doesn't matter. We're all recovering from something. There's all types of different addictions. So when I see a gentleman like that who's constantly doing things, being consistent with it, I wanted to be part of that.
As the night continued, other artists took the stage, some reading poetry, others sang, and then Kalena from Springfield shared her story about domestic violence.
Is that what you want? Your woman to be intimidated by you, walking around here with bruises and black eyes, me, the woman that loves you? Do you even know how many times you put your hands on me? Hell, I can't even answer that question. So many times I lost count. I am a victim of domestic violence, and that was a way of getting my story and my pain out on paper and dealing with it, living through it, and overcoming it.
Something had to make us stand. Let me get some claps. Let's go. Whoa.
Another performer who signed up that night was a young man from Springfield named Givenchy. He sang about his personal struggles growing up and how he is trying to turn his life around and spread a positive message.
Heard her 1,000 times I watched her cry. She did it for the love.
I like to put out positive vibes. It's just, I come from such a destructive background, such a profound, violent background, that I want to push out only the positivity through my music.
You know you're
The night culminated with a performance from a 16-year-old student from Central High School.
I have a passion for music. I've always had a passion since I was younger. So everything I do out of love, and it's the best feeling in the world. Like, being on that stage is just the best.
Thank you.
Take away.
For many of the young artists who took the stage that night, it gave them an opportunity to share a message with an audience, to help heal something that had wounded them, and to express an artistic talent that they may not have been able to share before.
Put our feelings on paper.
It's not the event that gets me, it's when people come up to me and they're like, yo, you know, when you did this poem and you said that, this is how it made me feel. And like they start opening up and that dialogue can begin, right? That's when I know that like the work is really happening. Come on out, man. It's all about having fun, using music to uplift and healing. Thank y'all very much. Have a good night.